Hello, 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 Lagos. Happy New Year, Lagos. How are you? How are you enjoying 2025? We have spent 6 whole days, and today is the 7th day in 2025. Let me use my spectacle to greet you. Happy New Year today. And it is such a big pleasure to be on the driving seat of the safety train. My name remains Fayo Williams. And once again, I wish you a prosperous 2025. So what are we starting with? Early in the new year, we're going to kickstart 2025 with some healthy habits. Why this topic, you may wonder. As we step into 2025, many of us see the new year as a blank slate, the one they call tabula rasa, by those learned colleagues of ours. And it is a chance to define or redefine our priorities and embrace better and healthier habits. However, staying healthy is more than just a resolution. You cannot write it on a paper and stick it on your mirror. You have to do more than that, okay? It's about creating a lifestyle that supports long-term well-being, from nourishing your body and your mind to finding balance amidst a busy schedule. Wake up at so time and run to the office and come back and close late. What time do you have to eat? All those things are what we are going to examine today, so that the start of the new year can set a powerful foundation for success for you for the rest of the year. You'll be coasting along with these healthy habits. And of course, to do justice to the subject, I am not alone. I am with a lady who is the CEO of Plans to Wellness. As the name implies, you can see that she is not bringing you any prescription from overseas. Even the plants around us, seem to be what we need at this very, interesting time. She is a nutrition coach, and she's had her journey into holistic health defined for her, but her own trajectory going through a disease situation and coming out on top of it. Ajoke believes that most diseases can be prevented. You can hear me. Prevention is what? Better and cheaper than cure, and managed properly with a healthy diet and lifestyle. Ajoke is the proud owner of an organic farm, and she has helped many people regain their health naturally. So today, I would like you, Lagos, to join me in welcoming Ajoke Amure. Ajoke,
thank you so much for having me. I'm so delighted. like I always say, we're so, because Ijebu.
We're so Ijebu to Ijebu is today. Ijebu, as you know, the Ijebu people are on the airwaves this evening. So you are very, very welcome, Ajoke. And let's just hit the ground running with these questions. Why is it important to start the year focusing on healthy habits? And how can this, help us to shape the rest of 2025?
Yeah. Let me start by telling us what are healthy habits. Healthy habits are regular, consistent routine that has positive impact on our physical, mental, and emotional well-being. So, according to statistics, 80% of chronic diseases are preventable through lifestyle changes. So, and the best time to start is now. We know most people like to begin the year by writing down their resolutions. But we mostly focus on money, business, and spiritual, and we neglect
our health.
The health aspect.
You have to loud that again.
And
we mostly focus on what? Money. Hey, the agbabolas, they focus on money.
Yes. And we forget that a disease state cannot achieve anything.
Because health is what? Health is wealth.
Yes.
Without it, there is no wealth.
So if you are not in the right state of mind, if you are not, if the body is in a disease state, it will affect our business, our family, our social life, and our general well-being. So it is very important we start the year on a good ground pertaining to our
healthy state. Beautiful. Yeah. So what are the common misconceptions about healthy living? When we say misconception, no be big grammar. The thing way wrong. When some people they think say na right. That one a misconception. Now, I want our listeners to be able to avoid all those stories. These stories, somebody said culture is stories from dead people. Well, I don't know, I'm not there. But what they are saying is that things that have gone round in the community for ages and ages, and you begin to think they are true, but they are not really true. What are some of those things as they relate to our health?
Yes, this is very important because this normally discourage a lot of people from changing their habits because they think it is very difficult, and this is not so. And I will tell you some of these misconceptions. Number one is most people think healthy habit is so boring, and when you want to eat healthy,
your food every day
will be tasteless, and this is quite wrong. I've been eating healthy, I've been cultivating this habit for long, and I can tell you categorically that it is not boring. So you just have to explore and look for means to
spice up your food.
Secondly, most people think that exercise has to be rigorous, painful, and stressful.
If they have not carried 10 kg, they have not started. Have you?
So most people will feel, okay, I want to lose weight, and this particular person has never
been to the gym
before. So we now start going to the gym,
running 440.
So at the end of the day, we will not be able to maintain this. So you need to start gradually. Then you can now move forward. Then so it's very crucial that you start gradually. Then thirdly, most people think that it is expensive. It is not. Buy agbalumo instead of buying apples. Buy our local fruits instead of going for the foreign ones. We have a lot of fruits and they are cheap. Just make sure you buy the one in season because they are cheaper. Then another one is, most people think they have to do everything now.
No.
Yes. I want to start now. The year is
just beginning.
So I don't want to do this. I don't want to. So at the end of the day,
you get overwhelmed, yes. I'm sure.
Then another thing, we follow trends. There was a time people say carbohydrates is a culprit.
Therefore, you cut off every carbohydrate from your diet.
Totally. And this is totally wrong.
Cut my rice, cut my semo.
The main issue is not carbohydrate because we need it.
We need some.
Yes. The main issue is the portion, the size of carbohydrates we are eating, then the type of carbohydrates we are eating. There are two types of carbohydrates. You have the simple carbohydrates and the complex carbohydrates. So most of the time we consume the simple carbohydrates, and this is not good for us because simple carbohydrates go straight into our bloodstream and spike our blood sugar, while complex carbohydrates are release glucose slowly into our bloodstream, and this will not spike our blood sugar. An example
of complex
carbohydrate is our ofada rice, because all the parts are still there. Unlike our white rice.
Okay, it's like the brown back is still there.
Yeah.
Because I was just going to ask you that if I go to my 12 market, they will not write complex carbohydrate and simple carbohydrates or the igba of the oloje, So I was almost getting confused there. But now that you are going to give us a few more examples, let's take a traffic update. Then we get back to you, Ajoke.
All right, you're listening to Safety Train here on Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM with the Fire Williams. Quickly, let's tell you that the roads are still looking very good. Information reaching us from the control room says Ebute Akpogbo and the traffic is building up around the foot of CMS Bridge and Wadofin Canal due to market activities there. Beyond that point to Ijara Olokpa, you have better movement. The Sun and CMS Bridge and Would you be around about the Inner Marina looks very okay.
Thank you very much for staying tuned to the Safety Train. My name is Fire Williams, and with me I have a very special guest, a sister from one of my groups. She is one of the billionaires who are into online course creation and all sorts of online business. So shout out to TBS members for releasing Ajoke to me this fine afternoon. And we have been talking about Kickstarting 2025 with healthy habits. So Ajoke has told us what healthy habits are, and she has mentioned that at the start of the new year, you decide to buy gym clothes. You start running, you start weightlifting, you start cutting out carbohydrates, you start doing everything all at the same time. And she has said that is a recipe for overwhelm if you are not careful. So if you want to join this conversation, all you have to do is to call 080-9912-0777. You can also send a WhatsApp message to that number. In the alternative, you can call 091-53-87-7127 to speak to Ajoke Amuretairat on healthy living. And I'll just go to the next question while I'm waiting for your comments and contribution. So, Ajoke, we were talking about those complex carbohydrates and saying, they don't write it at Mushi Market or at mile 12. So, you gave us ofada rice as an example. Anything else? I don't know whether
sweet potato.
That goes into the equation, right?
Yes.
Okay, and it's rich in fiber as well,
yes,
isn't it?
It's very rich in fiber.
Okay, so any others, please?
There are a lot of. Just make sure you buy the one that go through minimal processing. Exactly, not something that has been pounded and blended and dried and this and that and the other. So whatever goes through minimal processing could still be your complex, carbohydrate. So Ajoke, can you share some simple actionable steps to help our listeners prioritize their health starting today? It does seem as if we have a caller though. Hello.
Happy New Year, madam.
Good evening, Elder. Thank you, Elder Tewogbade, for calling this beautiful evening. I said Elder Tewogbade. Thank you so much. We are very well, and I hope your family are doing well. And I also wish you a prosperous and interesting 2025, sir.
Amen. And you too.
Thank you very much. So today we are talking about Ajoke Amuretairat.
Thank you, sir.
She's talking about healthy eating. So I don't know if you have any comment or question.
I can agree less than what you were saying. That's a true way of life.
Thank you, sir.
And I encourage you to teach us more.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
God will be with you.
Amen.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
And your children too.
Thank you.
So
Thank you very much, sir. All right, so we greet Elder Tewogbade again. He's a regular caller on Safety Train. And we were just speaking with Ajoke Amuretairat, who is about to share some simple, actionable steps that you can adopt to live a healthier life. Yes, please.
So number one, and which is very important, is we need to start eating fruits that are in season. You should take advantage of any fruit that is in season. And I'm going to give us 3 fruits that are very important and that we just overlook. And they have immense benefits.
Wow.
You will not believe the benefits you can derive from these 3 fruits I want to mention. Number one is grapefruits. Grapefruits.
That grapefruit way bitter, well.
Grapefruits have 100% daily of your recommended vitamin C.
Yeah.
So which is very good for your immune system. So it prevents heart diseases. It helps prevent stroke. It's very good for weight management. It lowers cholesterol. It's very high in vitamin A, beta carotene. It's very good for the eyes. It helps in fighting cancer. It is also very high in potassium and what you call lycopene, which is very good for cancer prevention. Then it has low glycemic index. Secondly is agbalumo, which is already in season. This also has a lot of benefit. It's also high in vitamin C. So we need to give it to our buy, instead of buying biscuits, buy agbalumo for our children, so that
some people will sue you.
Their immune system. Number 3 is tamarind.
What do they call it? Is it not anwi?
Actually, we have our own anwi, but this particular one I'm talking about is normally grown in the north. So you also call it samia. This tamarind is very good for the liver. And as we all know that our liver is our project manager. If our liver is in top shape, it will go a long way to fight off chronic diseases. So apart from that, tamarind is very good for managing diabetes. It lowers bad cholesterol. It's so it has so much benefits. If I start listing all the benefits we can get derived from tamarind, and it is very, very cheap. The other time I went to my 12, I got a paint of tamarind for
bucket size.
Yes, for 4,000 or 5,000.
And it's really, really cheap.
Yes.
All right.
So we can add it to teas and things like that. Another thing is, I want to say, is a lot of people are having back pain now, and it's because of our sitting position. So we need to make sure we maintain a very good sitting position. A close family member was having back pain recently, and it was so serious, so severe. And the thing is, the person has been sitting wrong all along. He always sits on his back,
just slouch.
So this has already affected his spine. And the good thing about it is that when I told this family member that these are the things that you need to correct,
like
instead of just taking instead of just taking painkillers, because it will have a lot of side effects. So what you need to do is correct what is causing the pain. It's not treating the pain, because the pain, your brain is just trying to send a signal to you that something is wrong somewhere. So
those are some of the healthy tips.
Yeah.
Now, Lagos, did you hear that she ego alaye ti Madam Ajoke ti fún wa leni wọ́n ní pé kẹ́ ra grapefruit. Wọ́n ní vitamin C wà nínú ẹ̀. I want to make sure that my people Yasikira is hearing me, and Baba Bomboy una they relate, una they catch this thing when then they say agbalumo is good for you. It's good for your eyes, is good for every part of your body. Then my people, they say tamarind that is grown in the north, samia they call it. They say it is good for the liver, which is the project manager of the body. This is the first time I'm hearing it. I didn't know there's appointment of role in every way of the body. Only Ajoka is telling me now. The project manager of the body needs tamarind seed, and you can add it to your teas. So Lagos, these are not fruits that would be your first choice. So I do hope you have learned something today. No wonder. I just lost my mom. I reported it last time I was on radio. She lived up to 94 years, and she took grapefruit daily.
Wow, interesting.
She took grapefruit every blessed day. We didn't really understand why she would peel it and then pith it, so the entire flesh, not squeezing it, just remove the seeds, and the rest of the flesh she would consume. Now I must go and bottle that somewhere, and maybe patent it on Amazon is going to be the key, one of the keys to healthy and long life. So let's just look at one more question before we have a break this time. Can people incorporate healthy habits into their busy lifestyle? Because it is not funny to wake up as a mother 4 o'clock, by 5 you are out taking the children to school. Sometimes you come back by 8. Where is the room for these healthy living habits?
So having a busy schedule is not an excuse for not living a healthy lifestyle, because the work you are doing presently, if you got sick, if you are down, somebody else will do it better than you.
My gosh, they might replace you tomorrow if you are not there.
So you can just start small instead of taking the lift. Use the staircase.
I see.
Park your car some meters away from your workplace and walk the rest of the way.
Okay, little wind.
Don't sit for long. When you are, especially if your work
entails sitting a lot.
Sitting down. Stand up and walk around for some minutes. Then cook your food instead of buying out. And if this is not convenient, make sure you look for healthy alternative. Go for ofada rice instead of buying white rice. Go for cooked food instead of buying junk, instead of taking fast food. So then start small and be consistent. Then drink water instead of soda.
All right, let's pause there and take our last traffic update.
All right, you're still tuned to Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. We have a message on WhatsApp. Let me quickly read this one before I go. And it says, good evening, Mrs. Fayo and Mrs. Ajoke. A wonderful program so far. My question, what do you think about herbs mixed with alcohol? Is it healthy? Does it have extra or quicker process of its effect? What is your professional advice for those of us who like herbs for cure?
Thank you. Ajoke, please respond to that.
Actually, personally, I'm not an advocate of making herbs with alcohol, because there are a lot of ways you can extract your herbs. So alcohol is just one of them. For example, if you are having high blood pressure and you are using herbs
with alcohol,
it may aggravate your condition. So there are a lot of, you can just explore the alternative.
Okay, like even boiling as a tea or something, like look at the moringa, you know, you can just boil even guava leaves. You can just boil as a tea, you know, rather than extracting with any kind of alcohol. Great. So thank you very much. And we are on the home stretch of the safety train. Now, what are the effective ways to stay motivated and consistent while building these habits? Because today I may take the grapefruit, tomorrow I'll take it. By next week I'll say, it's not sweet, Joe. Let me just leave it somewhere. What do we do about that?
So, in order to stay motivated, you need to get an accountability partner if possible. So somebody that will motivate you, encourage you, somebody that share your goals. Then you can also join. There are a lot of groups on social media. When I was trying to stop cooking with artificial seasoning, I joined the group and it really helped me because we share our struggles and goals, and it was really helpful. So another thing you can do is you need to set realistic goals. Not the high-flying ones that will not be attained. Then know your why. Why are you doing it? So maybe you need to have a journal and write it down somewhere. If you don't do this, if you don't cultivate this habit, what will happen? What is the side effect? So this will encourage you, and this will even make you to do more. So another thing is write down your achievements somewhere. Your successes, right? Yes. Then avoid people that will discourage you. For example, some people, if you tell them, no, I don't want to take soda, they will say, my people, they say it's something that will kill person. Why must you use your own hand to kill yourself? You know, that is the question. So avoid companies like that. You know, you have friends that drink alcohol and take smoke and things like that, and you want to stop taking alcohols. You need to you know what to do about that. Final word, Ajoke. Now, most New Year resolutions fail. How can listeners remove themselves from that statistic and make sure that their health goals actually are achieved, rather than being one of those failed New Year resolutions? So one of the reasons why it fails is because we don't set achievable goals. And another thing is we just say, oh, I want to live healthy. No clear plan.
No action plan.
Okay, I want to lose weight. How do you plan to lose that weight? It's very important. You need to write all the steps down. How do you want to achieve it?
All right. I'm not sure we can take any more of this wonderful conversation. So, Ajoke, we might have to have you back. Do we have any comment? No. All right. So this message was brought to you with the support of Real Life Supply Limited. We are into supply, refill, and audit of first aid boxes and offer training. To call for details on how you can get these products or to get your services even on radio, you can dial 0818 13 I'll say that again, 0818 13 While I thank Ajoke Amure Tyrant, can you just say goodbye to my listeners?
Goodbye, everybody. Thank you. And just remember, your body is the only place you have to live. So take care of it.
Take care of it. And my name remains Fire Williams. Till I come your way again next week, it's Vaya con Dios, which means go with God.
We are the dial.